What is going on YouTube? This is Acid Root. So I'm going to review the second EP by American singer-songwriter Lady Gaga. As far as these pitches going to happen, basically this particular project is called Hitmixes, and it came out in the summer of 2009. Now within Fair's about to hear, there were some bonus type packages that came out after the hit type appeal of the album, The Fame, from the mid-late 2008. As far as these projects have excellent type pitches, classic type staple out of the 2000s, and pop and rhythmic type music pitch like that within these ordeals continues to be a staple within these aspects. Just a de facto type album with some of these type pitches amongst like the times probably past like about the past 20 or so years pitch like that. Some banging type ordeals, particularly got multiple number ones off a pitch like that with some good large spread type staples pitch like that, excellent type ordeals. There were some further type ones. Now there's some ones in here that I've done by Lady Gaga pitch like that, like one of which was the Cherry Tree Sessions EP that she dropped in early 2009, which is going to surface much later within these pitches, probably like possibly into 2027 pitch like that or further. But this aspect as far as saying there's some Lady Gaga type ones that are going to surface down the road that I've done, but pitch like that is a good nice one to get towards here pitch like that with some bang type ordeals. So it's further type ones. Now that turns out within these pitches, I was looking up on Spotify that this same artwork that's on the Hitmixes type album here pitches like that is there's another type one within these aspects that is too. I think it's either Love Game or Paparazzi within these pitches, maybe even is to her hit single Love Game as far as these pitch albums. So banging type ordeals pitch like that within the aspects. But yeah, it's a classic EP here, some of these type pitches, but it's a classic EP here pitched like that as far as these pitches. I have recommend all 7 songs off this project. Now within the fairs, within these particular pitch amongst I was able to also discover that there is another type one within these pitches that has like a particular there's like a there appeared to be like a remix EP. There is also a remix EP to the Paparazzi single pitch like that. So within these pitches, similar to Paris Hilton within these aspects, Lady Gaga had some aspects within like some of these type ones, like including like the remix album, which is another type fair that's going to be gotten to within these pitches, which I've already reviewed. But the pitch as far as saying there's some flares that kind of go along with it, that she has enhancements of like songs within these pitches concerning the dance club type variety. There's ones that are on like the series of remix albums that she put out in 2009 and 2010, and some of these type pitches amongst it. It's the fair as far as getting towards like the aspects as far as saying it's likely there's some ones in there that are like bonus type packages, like within the aspect like Paris Hilton pitches like that, so and so on. So it's within pitch for saying banging typeness, but yeah, classic EP here pitch like that. Definitely track it down with some of these type aspects. So within the pitch, now within the fair about it, within these aspects, some of these type ones, there are some repeat type ones within the pitch. Now the fair about it is within these aspects, there are some ones that are on the Fame remix album from 2010 within these pitches, but this actually came out before that within these aspects. It's the fairest part saying paying attention to the aspects here. Some of these ones like Poker Face, Space Cowboy remix, and the Love Game, Chufu, Ghetto House fix within these pitches here. Excellent aspects. That one has Marilyn Manson on there, good banginess. Some of these ones did surface on like a later remix album within these pitches, and then there's also Japanese and there's also a Japanese edition of the Fame remix album within those pitches that has further type ones. But there's a couple of these in here, like particularly the Paparazzi Moto Blanco edit. I think Love Game Robots to Mars remix, some of these type ones, and possibly like the Just Dance Robots. Possibly the Just Dance Robots to Mars remix, some of these type ones within the pitch. But within the fair, it's still snappy within the aspects for saying some bang typeness. Now the product kind of behind it, some of these type Lady Gaga remix type albums are kind of difficult to obtain within these pitches, particularly trying to get a hold like the Japanese edition is kind of fair within these pitches. I think within certain type varieties, trying to purchase it like off of eBay or Amazon, some type fair, some of these type folks might just give you like the American or the standard edition within these pitches. And within the product, I'm not sure if you'd have to actually go to Japan to track down like the Japanese edition within the fairs of getting to like the Fame remix type album. Is the pitch as far as saying paying attention towards it's kind of the aspect as far as just more difficult type aspects of obtaining some of the international type editions. With the fair, at least on some of these type fairs, you get this particular one, but this like I said, this in the particular remix album review of the Fame, which is going to surface later in 2026 or 2027, pitch like that. So it's fair as far as saying that there are multiple editions towards it, but it's just pitch like that, paying attention towards it here. So yeah, I recommend all 7 songs off this one, the Hitmixes album, pitch like this with 10 out of 10. Love Game, Chufu, Ghetto House fix, the hit type ones like a snazzy and schizo kind of electro bounce to get within these products here. Just rave, definitely within these pitch, real rave type one, banging typeness, red hot type flare, just velocity at like a fever as far as these pitch kind, which is definitely excellent within these ordeals, banging typeness, full bound, paying attention to the pitch behind it here. So this is one of these type ones, the extra enhancement to kind of have Marilyn Manson on here pitch like that. He suits these particular posh type songs easily within these pitch, that same sort of glam type factor and a more gothic type sense, but this is kind of like a fusion, kind of some dark wave type flare within pitch like that. Kind of variety. I would kind of feel like Lady Gaga in certain type of senses within some type of pitches. Now she was kind of like a more kind of just posh type aspect to like Madonna. Madonna had some of that fashion type glam as well within like the dance type variety, but Lady Gaga was kind of more EDM and like a more fashionista type aspect within the pitch as far as those first albums. So it's the aspect as far as paying attention towards some of these type ones in terms of like posh typeness and like the more kind of drag type sense, MTV bound this type of Paris Hilton type vibes, some of those type aspects within the pitch. It's kind of the aspect as far as saying paying attention to like that frosty is the pitch as far as getting towards very it and chic and Zao as far as these pitches can happen with an aspect, but just it has it in like a dance type part. So it's less kind of fashion, even though the fashion is present for some. Definitely some show stopping pitches like that, same stuff where this was kind of pitch a bust and move also within these pitches. So this velocity rolled. Definitely roll rave and blitzkrieg as far as these pitch have excellent type ordeals. So it's just some of these type mixes, good excellent pitch about that. It's probably going to be in a direction of like an entire album within these pitch as the pitch can have. The Fame from 2008 was definitely pretty glitzy and just sparky, trendy enough within that originally when that came out back in those days. But this is even further towards that. This is even deeper in the trench as far as the pitch can have, which is blistering. Poker Face, the Space Cowboy remix, is a hitting type one as well. It's like an excellent kind of hollowed and dramatic kind of drag and posh type scene pitch like that. Excellent type ordeals. So some of these type aspects a little bit. Some good glam and fashionista type embellished pitch like that. Definitely some shell shocks pitch like that. So definitely paying attention to Bella and definitely paying attention to like the bells and starlights within these pitches as far as like the factor of places where you would hear some of these type tunes. Now within the pitch, Poker Face within the excellent type ordeals is a pretty traditional and still thrilling type one to kind of get in like those step out type nights for like the glam step out and fashionist type aspects pitch like that. But some of these type ones here in like the Space Cowboy remix and some of these further type ones, it's even more enhanced like the pitch. This would be more like the Vegas and Reno type ones within some of these type aspects. So like residency type fare and some of these type pitches. Definitely the Zao factor probably at 11 out of 10 and further within these pitches as far as the first time. Definitely whopping and shell shock within these type of ordeals. It's really have to gape and pitch like this. It's the ordeal as far as saying just real excellent Zao factor paying attention. But definitely, get pitched like that, being an ass on the pitch, not being like a horrid, not having like negative type game, but just the pitch is just having you look like you just got done house cleaning on this pitch, but this aspect is fares on top of that sunny side pitch is excellent type of ordeals, paying attention towards it. Just Dance Red One remix is a hitting type one. This says Cardinal Official on here as far as these first gonna have he's banging type folk as well from Akon's label. Now around this particular time, this is still when Lady Gaga is amidst like the convict music type fair pitch like that, excellent type phrase. This within the pitch as far as saying some good nice products here. This is pretty similar. This feels like similar to the original Just Dance pitch like that, banging type aspects. Just Dance Red One remix, like a typical banging kind of dance club ambience get to here, pitch like that. Just some of these stuff fairs, like What's the Dealio pitch like that. Just some shares kind of get to pitches. Some of these stuff varieties just kind of have a brew in hand pitch like that. Some of these stuff fairs. So kind of the pitch when saying about shares, kind of the aspect of this having, getting like those POVs. What do you have to share today with said gal and starlet in mind pitch like that. Just being prompt to be good if you share some of this type pitch as far as the product's going to happen. So just kind of the dealio type product within some of the pitch, just the extra aspects of routine night at some of these pubs and pitches like that, since the products amidst like the fray amongst it. This is one of the more vanilla type ones on here as far as these pitch come. Pretty, like I was saying, pretty similar within a relative type pitch to like the original Just Dance. Nice cozy type fit pitches like that. So just get like the lax of it going pitch like that. Just the leftover SFW and kind of the pitch of this kind of more prime time type hour pitches, some of the stuff aspects like that, just kind of pitch of possible. What was your thoughts on this news event or just standard tea and pitch like that since affairs, but just aspects amongst a good pitch like that. Paparazzi Moto Blanco edits the hitting type ones, like a thrilling and superb kind of chic and fleur kind of shop spells and starlight as far as these pitch games. So this one goes in combination pretty well with Poker Face, Space Cowboy remix, and the Love Game Chufu Ghetto House fix as far as these pitches going to happen. There is also a Paparazzi remixes EP of pitches like that. Definitely sounds wickedly interesting pitches like that with these aspects, but paying attention towards it here. So it's just some factor, just like amidst like the drag type nights and some stuff pitches, just getting towards like the particular chicness, some stuff there. So definitely more kind of evening scene, kind of shopping spells pitches like that, some stuff products within the pitch of just appreciating like the zazz and just like paint the town red type aspects of some of these type pitches for us aspects kind of goes along with it. Just appreciating like the starlight on top of that, some of these type aspects within the tone of just smoking a spliff, some of these type fairs. Now within the pitch, velocity amongst this album, to say this has the factor amongst this is visceral type album within pitch, like the paciness. So it's kind of products for us saying getting the crunkness type product was kind of pitch of just saying the thrill type factor is kind of within the pitch of it's not as much like a stationary type album as Full Bound. Now there's definitely some marinate type songs in here, pitched like that within like the aspect as far as like the fair of dislike, as far as like the product to collect and appreciate as far as these pitch can have them. But in terms of like, this is not a problem whatsoever. But this kind of pitch in terms of like, this is more kind of like loud pack type factor. So this is your step out kind of shot in the arm as far as these pitch can have. So the banging toughness easy within these pitches. So it's kind of the factor of more. There's still some good nice phrase to kind of throw in some starlight in here, pitch like that, just outside for a spell, and like the night shit, like the demon time hours pitch like that. Smoke a great sweet sunny type ordeals. Diva gets a particular Dr Pepper and sunny type pitches aspects like that. Sunny type fries. Puppy child pitches like that. Sunny type versus with an aspects first saying just good nice aspects. This extra aspects shopping within the pitch and shoot the moon good pitches. This good taste like the glam type factor, so it's just good combination like I was saying with Chufu Ghetto House Fix and that pitches, but just definitely seeing the side of things from like Lady Gaga's point of view, so that pitches with an aspect as far as like the Faradist routine type fleur and pitches like that. So it's just the aspects as far as those players gonna have. So it's good nice pitches, kind of within the art pop type aspect, but just more within like the fame type fries within those pitches. So just good nice excellent snaz and pitches like that. The Fame Glam as You remix is hitting within these aspects as well as like a getting cranked and marinating like the after scene, I'd say, within pitch like that as far as the Fame Glam as You remix is a hitting type one. It's like a getting cranked and marinating like the after scene as far as these pitch can have them. Just thoughts. Get some thoughts from gal pitch like that. It's kind of variety of discs, kind of the go through within sense of pitches. The intake, seeing the intake from extra point. Seeing the intake from extra POVs as far as these pitch can have with the excellent aspects of it, just kind of getting icy soon sense to first. So just within the particular sense to aspects, appreciating like the dance stuff, seeing sense to pitches, but kind of getting towards the product like pick up gal like a nice sherbet ice cream or a raspberry slushy sense to pitch amongst the aspects sense to price within these pitches, kind of the product of just extra kind of accommodations pitch like that. So just the embellish of it, sense to fair is kind of within the pitch. The velocity is definitely within these pitches like definitely hella dance enjoyment pitch like that, but figuring out modes like the next was within these pitches, accommodations, making this consistent kind of app vibe checks on it to pitches amongst a good nice phrase within these aspects where the fair is going to happen. Just Dance Robust to Mars mix is hitting type one on here as well as like a this feels like a this is my song type vibe. Bells in mind is these are one of those type ones where it's like really the cut loose type factor, just the bang typeness. Really appreciate the embellished pitch like that. Just some shredding jive on here since that pitch is probably one of the more vicious type ones on here within these pitches. Definitely a highlighted one I'd say within these aspects. Pitch as far as saying pretty similar like Space Cowboy. Poker Face Space Cowboy remix, one of these type ones that definitely has like the glam factor within like the aspect of like the Zao factor pitches like that, and I'd probably say like Paparazzi Moto Blanco, and it has like some good kind of embellish about it as well, good pitches. But this is a particular one. This is like the frostiest some of these stuff there. It's really getting towards the crunk, relax and snarl pitch like that. Just later day kind of story type aspects pitch like that. So it's kind of fair as some of these type products kind of within the pitch of just having some shit to kind of have within these aspects as far as like the fair talking about like story type fair probably past like not more type POVs from like the pitch is something to pay attention to past like the 8 o'clock 9 o'clock PM type aspect pitch like that. Some more weekend type stories pitches like that, fairs like that. Just some phone memes kind of get to pitch some of these type fairs. So within pitch it just talking about like some Rob Schneider type memes, Kevin James type memes, pitch like that. Some surprise, just good nice fair to sip some. Good nice fair on top of that to sip some of these type pitches. So get some Hpnotiq in your system, get some Hpnotiq and gal system pitch like that. It's appreciating like the variety as like the pitch, like the dynamite of it. The original Just Dance is already a hot ticket, but within these pitches, this has like a blistering type ordeal pitch like that. This might be an exclusive to this particular product, and that's the fair about this product within these pitches. Now, within the pitch of picking up like the Fame remix album within sensitive aspects, kind of pitch that there are at least a couple of exclusives on here, some of these type aspects, and within pitch I'd say the Paparazzi Moto Blanco edit, and then the Love Game Robots to Mars remix, which is a real standout on here as well. To talk about that one when I get to that, some further type pitches, but probably say there's at least 2 or 3 type ones in these pitches. Some of these type ones are found elsewhere, but this has some blistering type aspects still within these pitches. So good excellent products here. But definitely within the pitch, original Just Dance whopping type one with these aspects, just stand out to a song pitch like that, but this particular one has even more carnage towards it, some of these type fries, so good excellent fairs. Love Game Robots to Mars remix is banging as well within these aspects, like an excellent kind of forlorn and nightclub kind of bloodlet as far as these pairs get some funnels and gal system funnel cakes pitch like that. Since the pairs get towards the remedies, some of these type of aspects. It's kind of the product. If there is like a chip on gal's shoulders, then it's a pitch this kind of aspect. Not to say chip in terms like envy and pitch like that, but it's kind of aspect in terms like the tone of dis bruisedness. Some of these type pairs that just kind of in dismantledness, kind of the fair. Just being able to say, got plenty of those type of aspects within the tone of just stupid things, kind of with the aspect, just paying attention, just kind of swapping out stories for like the BS type fair that kind of happens. Some of these type pitches talking about whether or not vending machines took your money, or some of these type pitches, or self-checkout kind of eating your change, some of these type pitches, or vending machines, some of these type aspects. It's kind of pitches some of those type of products. Now, it's not just being like a stickler for bullshit and mishaps pitch like that, but it's kind of fair. Just some of these type aspects kind of lighten the tone. Some of these pitch aspects like this, some of these type fairs are just get towards the remedy, so instead of pitch this kind of aspect, let's go. Let's get towards getting like a Sunday, so instead of pitches, so it's aspect Sunday ice cream, so instead of pitch, so with an aspect as far as paying attention towards the pitch like that. But some of these type varieties get some Hpnotiq and gal system definitely on top of that, since the pitch, this kind of part getting towards the crunk type factor, being stupid AF, since the pitch is plenty of type things kind of. And these type of things to be funny about pitch like that. So it's fair as far as getting towards this aspects like that, as far as these pitches can happen. This is the particular fair 10 out of 10 remix EP / album within these pitch fairs. The fair's gonna happen. Now within the pitch, social score is gonna get a 10 out of 10 as well. And with the only product about it within these aspects, as far as saying the aspect. Some of these are repeat type songs within these pitches, but in that particular fair, it's the quality of it on here is worth the aspect, and whether or not you'd have to track down like other editions of the album that might be halfway across the world. So the pitch as far as saying is paying attention to the product, that it is worth the purchase. Some of these type fairs, but even this particular product is kind of the pitch as far as saying it has like the complex. I think this is at least on eBay. This particular one, the Hitmixes album pitch like that, with some variety. As far as saying it's worth to have this particular album within these pitches, like. Superb type products to purchase pitches like that within these aspects as far as the first game, but within the pitch, the social score. Now within these aspects, the banging typeness of like the dance club ambience, some of these type fairs within the aspects as far as the first going to happen. Some of these Friday type glam type factors within the pitch as far as paying attention to like some of these more chic type flavors and pitch like that, kind of getting towards the fashionista type vibe, which is very affable within the Lady Gaga type sense how these fairs going to happen. So it's kind of pitch of paying attention towards some of that type of product it is. Getting used to the particular aspect of like some of these type of varieties within like a more. Not to say metro in terms of derogatory, but just the aspect of metro type vibes within pitch, and just like the usual type factor of like posh type varieties that have like the hit type appeal within the ferocity of a pitch like this. So some excellent aspects. The embellished kind of going between restaurant type scene and city square type scene, some type pitches within dance club type varieties where there would be wings and like liquor and gins there, sense of pitch is definitely busting move on the dance floor, sense of pitch, and then this kind of aspect of appreciating like the starlight pitch like that, hit up like a gas station, get some ices fairs like that, some of these type pitch. So dismiss the products, a good type aspects within these tones. Definitely some pull aside too on top of that sense of pitch, just getting towards the product, definitely the dance process, but also the product of just figuring out what the dealio is, some of these type fairs just on top of that, just these extra type varieties of just getting some intake and thoughts within these pitches just on top of that within the hit type variety. So excellent type pitch for that particular pair. So 10 out of 10 social pitch like that. In terms of the future, Lady Gaga dropped an album in 2025 called Mayhem pitch like that. So some hit type board deals pitch like that. And she dropped also like a series of soundtracks. She dropped a series of hit soundtracks to the Joker movie that she did with Joaquin Phoenix as well within these pitches, some hit type ordeals. So there's some of those type ones I'm going to get to pitch like that. Those are definitely pretty throw-in. The movie's pretty whopping as well, pitch like that. Some bang type nest. Fuck with Joker, Folie Deuce for... Definitely fuck with Joker, Folie Deuce as far as those pitches can have bang type nest on top of that. Both those Joker movies. First Joker's pretty good, second one seems good as well with these pitches and banging type aspects, just quality into it, pitch like that. But the aspects for us and paying attention towards your banging classic type EP pitch like that, definitely worth the definitely some viciousness on these type aspects, easily very good essential for a pickup, and good aspects that has the quality in spades.